Picture this. It's an ordinary Tuesday morning in 2025. You're half asleep, brewing your coffee, when your phone buzzes with emergency alerts. You flip on the TV, and the news anchor's face is pale, voice trembling. Reports of a rapidly spreading virus. Patients declared dead are reanimating, attacking anyone in sight. Outside, sirens wail like banshees, piercing the dawn. Cars swerve wildly on the streets below, horns blaring as panic sets in. Then, the first bite unfolds live on screen. A doctor in a hazmat suit leans over a patient, only for the body to jolt upright, teeth sinking into flesh with savage force. If that already has your pulse racing, smash that like button, subscribe for more edge-of-your-seat breakdowns, and drop your survival plan in the comments below. Fast zombies or slow zombies? Which would you survive? Let's find out. Blood sprays, screams erupt, and in seconds, the infected multiplies, charging through hospital corridors. People fleeing in droves, buildings ablaze from crashed vehicles, an entire city block overrun in minutes as the horde swells. Fast and furious, smashing through windows and doors. No pressure, right? What if this was your city, your street, your front door? Would you freeze in terror, or would your survival instinct kick in? Ask yourself, are you prepared for the unimaginable? Let's break this down step by step, because in a World War Z outbreak, every second counts. Day one hits like a freight train. The virus, maybe airborne or fluid transmitted, turns victims in mere moments, just like in the book and movie. Governments worldwide declare martial law faster than you can say apocalypse. Military checkpoints pop up, curfews enforced with tanks and drones, but it's a losing battle as infected breach perimeters. Your immediate priority? Evacuation. What if you're at home when the alerts blare? Grab your bug-out bag, that pre-packed backpack of essentials you've hopefully assembled ahead of time. Think water bottles, a multi-tool knife, duct tape, a flashlight with extra batteries, and a portable radio for updates. Novak, improvise, stuff a backpack with whatever's handy. Head out quietly, avoiding main roads where crowds turn into death traps. What if your car is stuck in gridlock? Ditch it and move on foot, sticking to alleys and rooftops if possible. The fear is real. Adrenaline surges as you hear distant groans and shattering glass. But hope lies in quick thinking. Remember, preparation isn't paranoia, it's your edge. By day 2, as the outbreak spirals, food and water become your lifelines. What if supermarkets are looted bare? Stock up early on non-perishables, canned soups, peanut butter, energy bars, enough for at least 72 hours per person. Ration wisely. A grown adult needs about 2,000 calories a day to stay sharp. Water's even trickier. Do you know how to purify it? In a real disaster, contaminated sources can kill you faster than zombies. Boil water for 1 minute to zap bacteria, or if fuel's scarce, add 8 drops of unscented bleach per gallon. Let it sit for 30 minutes. Filters like Life Straw work wonders too. What if you're on the run? Collect rainwater in clean containers or dew from leaves. This isn't just sci-fi fluff. These are tips straight from survival experts like those from the Red Cross or wilderness guides, proven in hurricanes and earthquakes. But in our what-if world, blend in the horror. Imagine scavenging a store only to find infected lurking in the aisles, forcing a desperate escape. Your heart pounds, fear claws at you, but securing these basics sparks that glimmer of hope. You're not just surviving, you're fighting back. As days 3 and beyond unfold, community building shifts from optional to essential. What if going solo leaves you vulnerable? Lone wolves rarely last in apocalypses. Link up with family first, then vetted strangers, people with skills like mechanics or nurses. Establish a base, an abandoned warehouse or rural cabin, fortified with barricades from cars and furniture. Group strategies are key. Rotate watches to spot threats, assign scavenging teams, and set rules for quarantine if someone's bitten. What would you do if your neighbor turned? Quarantine them immediately, but emotionally, it's gut-wrenching. Fear of betrayal mixes with the human instinct to protect. Building trust creates hope. Shared stories around a fire remind you humanity endures. Curiosity fuels it. What if your group discovers a radio signal from other survivors, hinting at safe zones? Now, let's switch scenarios to amp up the suspense and see how survival odds flip. In World War Z, zombies are fast, sprinting at full speed, scaling walls like spiders, forming massive swarms that topple skyscrapers. Your chances? Drastically lower if you're not athletic or armed. You'd prioritize mobility, lightweight gear, bikes over cars, and distractions like noisemakers to lure hordes away. What if a swarm hits your camp? Run, don't fight, climb trees, or use elevation. The adrenaline rush is intense. One misstep and you're done. But switch to slow zombies, like in The Walking Dead, shambling, predictable walkers that give you time. Survival skyrockets. Fortify a prison or farm with fences and traps. Plant gardens for long-term food. Even scavenge leisurely. What if they surround you? Pick them off with melee weapons, conserving ammo. Slow ones play on psychological fear. Endless sieges wearing you down, but they allow community growth like Rick's group building alliances. Fast versus slow. Which terrifies you more? Ask yourself, could you outpace a relentless sprinting horde or endure the slow grind of attrition? This comparison isn't just fun. It highlights how adapting to threats changes everything. Blending real-world tips with wild sci-fi twists keeps this grounded yet thrilling. First aid is crucial. What if a bite or scratch happens? Clean it pronto with soap and water. Apply antibiotic ointment and bandage. Monitor for fever. In reality, infections kill more than trauma in disasters. Do you know basic CPR or how to splint a broken bone? Resources like FEMA guides recommend practicing these. For shelter, improvise. Tarps and branches for tents, or urban hideouts with insulation for newspapers. Group strategies evolve. Scout rotations, signal systems with flares. But here's the fictional curveball. What if the outbreak stems from government experiments? Leaked bioweapons from a secret lab, turning soldiers first, or immunity emerges. You get grazed by infected, brace for the turn, but nothing happens. Your blood holds the key. Would you volunteer for tests, risking capture by rogue military? Curiosity spikes. What if a cure is hidden in a fortified CDC bunker, guarded by automated defenses and evolving zombies that learn from each encounter? These twists balance dread with possibility, fear of the unknown, hope in discovery. As the outbreak drags into weeks, suspense thickens. Every rustle could be them. Paranoia sets in. What if a group member hides a bite? Emotional triggers hit hard. The survival instinct urges isolation, but loneliness breeds despair. Yet hope persists in small wins. Finding a working generator, hearing a broadcast of resistance pockets. What if humanity's secret weapon activates? Satellites beaming a virus-neutralizing frequency developed pre-outbreak, or hidden immunity spreads, turning survivors into an evolving force. But let's crank the fear. Imagine zombies winning outright, adapting to outsmart traps, forming packs that hunt intelligently. Cities fall silent, nature reclaims ruins, and you're among the last holdouts. If this has your adrenaline pumping and curiosity fired up, hit pause, smash that like button, subscribe for more what-if adventures, and comment your take. Fast or slow zombies? Which do you think you'd beat? Share your survival plan. Let's build a community right here. But wait, the twist that shatters expectations. After months of guerrilla warfare, you infiltrate a derelict lab and uncover the truth. The virus wasn't accidental. It was a population control experiment gone rogue, with a built-in failsafe, a hidden immunity gene in 1% of humans, activated by stress hormones. You're one of them. But activating it globally means broadcasting your location, drawing every zombie for miles. Do you sacrifice for the greater good, or hoard the secret? Or darker still, zombies completely win, mutating into apex predators that mimic human voices to lure prey. Humanity's remnants scatter, hope flickering out. The fear is overwhelming, but it ignites that primal drive to prepare. Wrapping this up, surviving a World War Z outbreak demands prep, adaptability, and unbreakable will. We've covered the chaos of day one, the grind of sustenance and alliances, the scenario shifts that change the game, and those mind-bending twists blending fact with fiction. What if it all started tomorrow? Would you thrive amid the fear, fueled by hope and curiosity? Share in the comments. Do you think you could really survive? Like if you're ready, subscribe for more thrilling docs, and turn on notifications, because the next What If might just save your life. Stay vigilant out there. Peace.